All right. Spoilers for Double Masters is coming out. You know how it works. They give you double the value, but you better believe it's going to be double the cost. This is not going to be a cheap set. Now, there's actually some exciting reprints going on here. We'll look at all of them. Let's start one with a banger. Let's look at Imperial Seal. This thing, like, basically almost never got reprinted, and it ended up being like a commander staple. For 1 black, sorcery, search your library for a card, then shuffle and put that card on top. You lose 2 life. And sure, there's like Vampiric Tutor and stuff like that out there, but when you're a commander player, you want more tutors for that consistency. The price to this card went insane. It was $1,825. Well, I don't know, it depends like when you're selling it, but like before the reveal of Imperial Seal, it's $1,787. It's not on the reserve list. This is like one of the most expensive cards of all time, not on the reserve list. So it was due for a reprint. I don't know. Wow, it really blew up even since like Modern Horizons. So it was like expensive, but it didn't go to the moon or anything like that. Now it's just dumb. Anyway, Wizards of the Coast has taken action. Imperial Seal is being printed, and it's probably gonna drive the price of this thing down by quite a bit. I mean, it's an OG card, so if you want the OG thing, you can get it. If you want to spend that much money on a white bordered, on a white bordered Portal 3 Kingdoms version. There was like another one. I think there was a Judge promo. There you go. You can get a black bordered foil version. But if you wanted non-foil, and I think this art is awesome. Isn't that art good? It looks great. Looks fantastic. So Imperial Seal is going to absolutely collapse the price of the original, the OG seal. There's no way in hell this isn't gonna sit at like $1,800. So they're putting the value in the set. They're putting the value. This set has absolute value. The borderless art is way better. Is there another one? I can't see it here. Yeah, they're making a lot of borderless cards as well. So this okay. Well, now you got me curious. Now I'm like, okay, we gotta find the borderless Imperial Seal. Oh, would Scryfall have it? Oh, with Scryfalls, they're a little slow with the spoilers. They get the cards eventually, but not immediately. Alright, Scryfall, do us some justice today. Oh, you got a few of them for us. Oh, we see the back end of the seal. Yeah, that's nice too. Would they have a third version? With a funky border? Oh, you know Wizards of the Coast. They gotta make all the borders, all the different variations. They gotta appease everyone here. Reprint Force Negation. This could be the set. If there was a set to reprint Force Negation, it would be this one. It would definitely be this one. Alright, what other exciting reprints there are? People are super ham about... Too many ads. Where's Cavern of Souls? Ah, hell if we can find it here. Double Masters. Alright, so they are gonna reprint Cavern of Souls and Double Masters. And they got a new sick art. I actually think this is gonna look really good in foil. I know how the little spots of like white on a very dark background look on foil. They look nice. It looks good. So Cavern of Souls getting reprinted. You know, there's that third version. What is with this border? Not a fan. Not a fan. Like the old ones. Oh, is there some flavor text to be read? Hold on. Oh, for heaven's sake, of course it was a death threat. What did you think it was? An envelope like that? A wedding invitation? Oh, yeah. It's cute. Do they have the same one here? Your presence at the palace this evening is required. Oh, God. Okay, so back to Cavern of Souls. This is a card that obviously wants to be reprinted a million times. It's pretty high Like, if you look even at the prices on the side here, we're in like the $70, $90 range. But here's the deal. They're reprinting it at Mythic, and this card has been reprinted like already a million times. And the price doesn't really go down. If anything, every single time they reprint it, this thing keeps going up. The demand for Cavern of Souls is insanely high. So I imagine when this thing gets reprinted, it will go down. It won't crash though, like most cards. There's just too many tribal players out there. Just way too many tribal players out there. You know, the elves players, the zombie players, the vampire players, the merfolk players, the humans players, spirits, goblins. You know them. It would make a big difference if they reprinted Cavern at Rare, which it used to be. It used to be rare. Why is all of a sudden this thing... Why all of a sudden we're making this a mythic? That makes absolutely no sense. Those weird borders are etched foils just like in the Commander Legends. Okay, alright. For the etched foil crowd. Dockside is an awesome reprint. I wonder how low the price will settle. That is also a good point. Dockside, and a lot of different arts too. I like this one. I like this one. This is a cute art. The fine print is illegible scribbles, but it is legally binding. Exactly. But I can't speak for like how likely this card is going to crash in value, if it ever crashes at all. Dockside. Like, I understand this is a super powerful card, also a very popular card in Commander. Yeah, that's the new one. Let's look at an old one. $71. When Dockside Extortionist enters the battlefield, create X treasure tokens, where X is the number of artifacts under enchantments your opponents control. You better believe that people are going to have... look, boom! People are expecting a crash. Wow. Woo! That is the nosedive. That's the market right there. We're in bear market territory now. Alright, so a lot of people do not believe that this card is going to hold its value. Was it in, like, insanely low supply or something? And the price was just artificially high? And again, why do they print it at Rare, and this thing's at Mythic? They're doing it again! Every single time a card is really expensive, we'll just print it at Mythic. It deserves it, for some reason. It's earned its mythic status. Once it gets really expensive, it's earned its mythic status. Because you gotta believe that when you print the thing at Rare, it's just gonna... The card would just crash to like $10. It was Precon Rare, that's a different rare. Precon Rare is like mythic rare. It was in one Precon. Dockside boosted the sealed commander deck it was into $60 to $70. Yeah, that's value. Oh, here's our community lawyer. Not legal advice, of course, because we're not paying for it. Pro tip, illegible scribbles would not be legally binding. Really? But what if it was very similar to all the other illegible scribbles you make to sign documents? What if there was a consistency in the illegible scribbles? That's what we got. And then we got this one. You. A lot of great new arts. All of these are great. Good stuff. Fiery Emancipation needs a reprint. It's over 20 pounds here. It's ridiculous. What was that? There's another card people are calling for a reprint. I mean, everyone wants reprints. What reprint do you want to see in this set? Let's look at it. Okay, but now let's go look at the prints, the things that are getting reprinted. All right, we've got... I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. You just got printed. Aminato, the Fate Shifter. Or maybe you didn't just get printed. Like, I don't remember what set this came from. But you're getting a reprint. Nicol Bolas, God Pharaoh's getting a reprint. Did people desperately want their Nicol Bolas? Was this even expensive? Nicol Bolas, Godfair. I mean, it's probably a sick limited card. It's probably a sick God Pharaoh. There we go. Too many Nicol Bolases out there. Too many Nicol Bolases. It doesn't even cost anything. It was like $6 4 years ago. And it's still like $6. Alright. So if you really love Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh, then you can get it for almost nothing now. Surely the price will get driven down to that sweet, sweet spot of $4 or $3 for a Mythic Planeswalker. People love their Mythic Planeswalkers. Liliana Last Hope. A fantastic picture. Great, great picture. I can't ask for more. But not particularly well positioned in Modern. Not exactly the reprint we were looking for. Oh, Smothering Tide needs a reprint? Is it in here? Probably not. Okay, we already looked at Dockside Extortionist. Weathered Wayfarer, Muldrifter, the Imperial Seal, Dark Dweller Oracle. I don't even know this card existed. Sack a creature, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Oh, there's a Cold Foil Lily. Hold on, what's the alternate art for the Liliana Last Hope? Liliana the Last. Woo! They're getting good with these arts. Like, when they're gonna make a promo, they make a promo. Last Hope, still good in Legacy in the Helm of Obedience list. That's cool. See, she sees some play in some format. Is she popular in Pioneer? Like, I don't see any reason why she wouldn't be good in Pioneer. I gotta sell/trade my Smothering Ties to a commander, Timmy, ASAP. You gotta get it. Yeah, get it to some Timmy. So Teferi's Protection, we have Advanced Stitchwing, Balustrade Spy. Whoops, sorry. Teferi's Protection, Advanced Stitchwing, Balustrade Spy, Hero of Games. Now we've got Anik Bonkin, Aether Snipe. These are all just draft cards, as far as I'm concerned. Doom Traveler! New picture for Deep Analysis. That's pretty cool. Rift Bolt. That might have needed a reprint. That actually might have needed a reprint. As weird as that sounds. Those common burn cards are... Okay, this one did not need a reprint. Some burn cards at common are like $5 to $10 because they've just never been reprinted before. Let's skewer the critics. Okay, not this one. Zadada. What's Boros Charm? I'm not wrong here. I know it. Okay, Boros Charm has seen the light of $4 before, until it probably got reprinted or something. So I'm not crazy. All right, I'm not crazy. Got to keep that burn deck down. Got to keep that cost low, nice and low for those burn players. Oh, there's Unearth for all you Decklist review players. Unearth. Way better art for Thought Scour, but unfortunately for Thought Scour, it's like, I'm not gonna say it's unplayable, but like it's been grossly replaced by a lot of other cards. Lava Spike's up there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it has been there. It's seen the $5 range. It's a glorious place to be a $5 common. Which now what's it called? Utopia Sprawl gets that. Yeah, Utopia Sprawl has that. Whoa! It was yeah. I totally forgot. It used to be almost like $20. That's crazy. So some expensive commons out there. All right. What else do we have? Is there anything else? Oh, there is more stuff. Mizzix of the Is Magnus. I have no thoughts on that card. Lord of Extinction. Muldrotha the Gravetide. I'm assuming these are all great commander cards. Zur the Enchanter. That's a name that rings. I've definitely heard of Zur. I don't know what Zur does, but Zur has a reputation in this world. Flying, when Zur the Enchanter attacks, you may search your library for an enchantment card with converted mana cost 3 or less, put onto the battlefield, then shuffle. This card's terrible. But that definitely sounds like something the Timmies want to play. Oh, Bring to Light's getting a reprint. Probably time for events are printing. Zur is already cheap. So it's like, maybe it's not even that good of a like limited card, right? Season Pyro and Ragavan could do a couple of reprints. Like the problem with, not that they have never done this before, but it's very unlikely that they reprint cards like Ragavan when they've already been printed, like within the last year. So like when they have a card that's printed within the last year, and certainly we're coming up to the graduation of Ragavan, it's just unlikely to get a reprint. Same thing with, like, that's why Ren and 6 didn't get like an immediate reprint. Like things like Ren and 6 and Force and Negation desperately needed reprints, like immediately. The supply of Modern Horizons 1 was just so short. So it was so low. Very, very low supply. But they did reprint Ren and 6 now after, what, 3 years? Probably 1 year a little too late. But it is getting its reprint here in Double Masters. We have Atla, Bring to Light, Phyrexian Tyranny. Whenever a player draws a card, that player loses 2 life unless they pay 2. That is just an annoying card. Bloodwater Entity. Chronicles of Heroes, Dreg Mangler, Fireblade Artist. Oh, the Eldrazi Titans. Oh, these are some sick cards. So we got Kozilek, Ulumag, the Infinite Gyre. Ulumag has been, how many times has this been reprinted? Ulumag. Oh, that's a pricey Eldrazi. That's a pricey Eldrazi. Oh, and there's a new Inquisition. I think I saw Pleasant Kenobi had like a spoiler right before I jumped on for Inquisition to Kozilek. Ren unfortunately gets reprinted instead of banned. Yeah, well, you can have both eventually. You can get a reprint and it gets banned. Phyrexian Tyranny art is awesome. Basically shows Squee getting killed over and over again. Oh. Oh yeah, it is Squee. I don't know how much my brother's gonna like that. My brother's a huge fan of Squee Goblin Nabob, mostly because it's terrible. He loves those underdog cards. He loves those underdog cards. Alright, so looks like Ulumag needed a reprint. Did it ever get reprinted? It did. It did get a reprint. It got reprinted many times. Still wasn't enough to keep the price down. Really good card. And fun card. You know what? It's not fun for the opposing player, but I can contest that it is a lot of fun to attack with a creature that makes your opponent sacrifice 4 things. Oh, that feel my power. Feel my power. We got the same thing for Kozilek, a Mana Vault. Is there not enough Mana Vaults on the market? Well, there's got to be some pretty cool cards for this. Let's look at Kozilek. Butcher. So what's the new art? This has like, it looks like comic book like. Not my style personally, not my style. Would rather have Ceaseless Hunger over Infinite Gyre. Well, Ceaseless Hunger is more of a modern card. Phyrexian Obliterator is pricey at the moment. That's crazy. So do we have anything else? No. They're using the OG art. So let's now look at Kozilek, Butcher. Whoops, no. We're here already. Ulumag, the Infinite Gyre. So what's the sweet art for this one? Oh, we don't have it up yet. Or maybe they didn't make one? They don't have a sweet art. Or nothing that's announced yet. Okay, next, Mana Vault. Could there be... I would love to have a new Mana Vault. New Mana Vault art would be beautiful. Not bad. Not bad. Not what I was hoping for. Maybe I'll just stick to the classic OG one. The OG art is actually really nice. If they made a foil in this, people would lose their minds. I always thought it said that betrays was the better Eldrazi because it's easier to reanimate. It just wasn't as flashy. It that betrays. Are you nuts? And we've got, okay, so we got Pithing Needle. Oh, is there a new Pithing Needle? Please tell me there's a new Pithing Needle art. Pithing Needle has a lot of stale arts. I'm not really a fan of any of the arts, so I could use a new one. The Secret Lair is like, okay. But I've not been a fan of like any of these. Oh, they don't have the new Pithing Needle art up here. Nope, same old art. Nothing interesting. Phyrexian Altar, Sensei's Divining Top. Frankly, I like the OG picture to Sensei's Divining Top. I think this is great. Congratulations, Sensei's Divining Top. You have been upgraded from an uncommon straight to a rare. And maybe one day you can be a mythic rare. Maybe one day. What the hell is the price of Sensei's Divining Top? Wow. Wow. And I thought, like, I sold it. I thought I was a genius when I sold it for like 30 bucks. I don't pay attention to the price of these cards like this. This is like really commanderish. Oh my, and it's like not going anywhere. It's going to the moon, people. And it's not like it doesn't have reprints. It had reprints. It's been on the list. So people just need their Sensei Divining Tops. Look at the price of Altar of Dementia. There's a lot of altars. Is this a common? It's $15. Don't say, yeah, here we go. Don't say, hey, I spent the money though. I spent the money. I don't know what I spent it on, but I spent the money. I think I bought a computer actually for the channel. Yeah, I sold my Sensei's Divining Top so I could raise money to buy a new computer. Not the computer I have right now, but I upgraded my computer several times in my content creation journey. Is there a Karn reprint? Well, we'll keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's see what all the other reprints are. Of course. Oh, we got this new weirdo card. This is like a really weirdo, and it's just mentioned I think it's worded really stupid. Okay, so Cryptic Spires. As you create your deck, circle 2 of the colors below. Cryptic Spires enters the battlefield tapped. Add 1 mana of either of the circled colors. So like, what are people I mean, I guess you could double sleeve it and then use a felt marker to signify what colors you're going to use. Or not even a felt marker, like, sorry, not even double sleeve. You could just even single sleeve it. Just circle what you want on the sleeve. Isn't that modern legal? No, it's not. So like in this is not a Horizon set, people. This is not a Horizon set. This is just a reprint set. So if the card was legacy legal, it doesn't mean that if it was exclusively legacy legal and they reprinted the set, it doesn't mean that it's modern legal. It's just still legal in legacy. Any cards that were like Imperial Seal is not legal in modern now. How soon until they make mythic rares that need you to draw on them, so you have to keep buying new ones? Yeah, I imagine the supply. I don't know, like, are people gonna literally draw on the card? Just gonna write on a token? That might not be binding, because you could write it, you could pull out a different token. I mean, unless you tell your opponent ahead of time. Alright, before the game starts, my Cryptic Spires is like blue-red. But you know, you could draft several of these and want them to do different things. Like you might want to have one on Rakdos and the other one on, sorry, one on Rakdos and one on Dimir, you know? So you might want 2 different ones. So it's hard to, like, you know, write on a token earlier. I guess you could put a piece of paper on the inside, maybe. There's a Cryptic Spires in every pack for drafts. There we go, the ultimate mana fixer. Cavern of Souls 2, when you make your deck name a creature and... Oh, yeah! You have to commit to a creature, and then that's it. No, you cannot cross it out. When you sell it on the secondary market, it still has to be binding to that creature. Can't wait for the judge ruling on Cryptic Spires. Yeah. What if some people, like, made, like, a big circle that touches the blue a little bit and touches the red? Judge! This person's, like, sort of cheating. Anyway, this is a really funny land. Have you talked about how Bullet is Wizards of the Coast have upshifted even more rares to Mythic? We have talked about it as we looked at them. Yeah, there's, I know, like, there's, just like we looked at, what's it called, Sensei's Divining Top, originally uncommon. Did it go to rare? Yeah, it went to rare. Congratulations, Sensei's Divining Top. You went from uncommon to rare. And now, do they got it up here already? Yeah, double, oh no, it's still rare though. No, that's double yeah, this is Double Masters 2022. Okay. We've gone from uncommon to rare. One day it's gonna be mythic. Probably. Why not? It's basically how they're operating around here. Okay, what else do we got? Okay, so here's where all the fancy cards are. Oh, are there 2 different Liliana Last Hopes? There's a gray one and a black one. That's pretty cool. Okay, we got Renin 6. This Renin 6 looks great. I think this is a great art for Renin 6. Huge fan. Seeker of the Way got a night. Muldrifter is very majestic over there. We have a very majestic Muldrifter. Imperial Seal, nice art, great art. Dockside Extortionist, great art. Unearth, actually huge improvement. The original Unearth does not appeal to me at all. I do not care for that art whatsoever. But this new Unearth, that looks good. Doesn't even look like anything to do with unearthing. Bloom Tender. The Spire says to circle your 2 choices. This is meant to clarify and avoid confusion. Yes, of course. Seeker of the Way art is sad. Do we have Seeker of the Way art Seeker of the Way fans? Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Seeker of the Way gains lifelink until end of turn. There's gotta be someone out there. This is just a humble... Well, this looks like a monk. A humble human warrior. Oh, there is an alternate art to Sensei Divining Top. And it's sick! It's so sick! Oh, it is so good! Oh, that is an amazing art! No! Show me a bigger version of this one. Oh, that is so cool. Looks like something from Neon Dynasty, actually. Yeah, the new Sensei's art is amazing. 10 out of 10. The original art is 10 out of 10 already, but that is a really nice. This is really, really nice. That is a very nice Sensei's Divining art. Gonna fetch a pretty penny. Ulumag. Also, Ulumag has a new art. Oh, what does it remind me of? Ulumag here looks like one of those... When, you know, one of those science bodies where you can see the bones and the muscle tissue and stuff. That's what Ulumag looks like to me. It looks like it's bringing me back to, I don't know, grade 9 biology. Emrakul, the Ion's Torn, has a new art. You know what? I was thinking, like, it's hard to capture Emrakul because she's so big. She's so big. Don't take offense to this, Emrakul, but you are really big. And it's really hard to get any unique angles out of you. So, like, most people just take that shot head on, but anyway. Because I feel like if I've seen one Emrakul art, I've seen them all. I think there's a nice Wall of Omens here. Okay, so these are all the leaks. All right, people, we're in leak territory. And why didn't anyone tell me about the leaks? I have nothing against the leaks. I know there's like a lot of hate out there for leaks. I don't care. We're gonna see it anyway. So anyway, okay, here. So just be forewarned, we're in leak territory here. Big leak territory. All right, Wall of Omens has like a really nice art. Mentor of the Meek, Eternal Witness. This is a weird looking art for Eternal Witness. I like that they're showing the Eternal Witness head on, but it could be anyway. Flicker Wisp looks disgusting. You see that? If you ever paid really close attention to Flicker Wisp, it always was this disgusting looking insect angel looking thing, which is just bizarre. You know what? Do you know what Eternal Witness reminds me of? It reminds me of some sort of aunt or grandma. So Witness looks common. Spoiler overload from the last 2 months long spoiler season. Yeah, no one told me about the leaks. Emrakul is so fat, when she sat on the rainbow, Skittles popped out. You're bringing me back to like grade 4. Alright, we got Golgar. Oh, they're appeasing the amulet players. I mean, I'm sure they're good. These are really good mana fixers and limited, so long as you know there's no Ghost Quarter or anything like that in the format. So Golgari Rot Farm, Selesnya Sanctuary, Simic Growth Chamber, Azorius Chancery. So they got the Karoo lands here. Oh yeah, and then here's all the new bordered stuff. I think this is weird looking. Not a really big fan. The only ones that look good are, I think, Sensei's Divining Top and Mana Vault. Do we have anything else? We have nothing else. And you know where you can get these cards, right? You guys know where you can get these cards. You can get them from FusionGamingOnline.com. Get your pre-orders ready. Actually, can we pre-order? Sensei's. Don't make me look stupid. Fusion Gaming Online. There! Damn it. Okay, well, it's gonna be up there in like a day or so. So you can pre-order your Double Masters cards from FusionGamingOnline.com, and I'll get all other singles that you want. Or, you know, some of these cards are going to reprint and then crash the price of the old cards. It's good. It's a buyer's market now. It's a buyer's market. And when you buy, you gotta do it at FusionGamingOnline.com. Oh, by the way, there's a deal of the week. Save 20% off all gaming accessories. But if you buy anything from Fusion Gaming, don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get that sweet 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Reprints be damned. You don't need to wait for the reprints when you can just borrow the cards. Although, the price of the subscription might go up if you want the expensive ones. Nonetheless, you don't need to buy anything. Don't commit. You can play any deck you want with Mana Traders using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_WBN. That's our new coupon code now. 2 months off, 10% WBN. Glad that W0D one was really hard for me to say. KBG, nothing is better to wake up with no power. You have no power? Oh, that's terrible. Sometimes it won't wake you up, right? If you have a classic alarm clock, the power goes out and it's not going to wake you up. When will come the time for Mox Tantalite? It won't. This card is... I don't know, maybe it's good in Commander or something, but like, you know, when you talk about like the non-rotating formats, Legacy and Modern, the reason Soul Ring is banned is because you get that mana immediately. You need that mana turn 2, turn 3, or even turn 1. You can get it on turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. But like, when this thing comes off on turn 4, that it's just a smidge too late. You miss out on like the most critical turns of the game, which were the first 3. So this is probably not going to be a I don't expect this to get broken anytime soon, unless somehow it can get cheated out easily. Easily. Nikachu, did you play in the Mana Trader series? Not this month. I did not. If you want to be a rock star like Nikachu, smash that like button. Yeah, smash the like button. You know, subscribe, all the good stuff. Of course. Hey, Boomer Nika, you play Lily with your classic alarm too? Oh, I see. You're trying to, anyone who has a classic alarm clock. What's the? I wonder what the market is for classic alarm clocks. I mean, personally, I don't use an alarm clock. Well, I use an alarm clock, but from my phone. Bitter Blossom to Mythic. Oh, wait a minute. Did they reprint Bitter Blossom? That's a big one for the Bitter Blossom crowd. I think we talked about this. Bitter Blossom was revealed to be one of the reprints. Or maybe it isn't. Did Bitter Blossom get reprinted? I can't tell. It's an Ultimate Masters, which was a reprint set. For every like I get Grand Prix points, as if. I wish. Yes, let me just get into the Grand Prix with first place. Kenobi spoiled it today? Alright, Kenobi spoiled it. I thought I saw that, but I thought he spoiled Inquisition, or did he get 2 cards? So I guess for Double Masters, they gave the content creators 2 cards. Phones fit in pockets too. Yeah, you can just go around everywhere with your alarm clock. I have an alarm clock just so I can ignore it. Yeah, just have it unplugged. Does YouTube cares about likes on a live stream? Do the same likes stay on the video after it's posted? Yes, it does. Yes. So, answered all those questions. Yes, yes, and yes. YouTube likes to see all the engagement. YouTube also really likes when you chat. I think when you chat, it pushes the reach. Alright, so, Bitter Blossom did need a reprint. It's a very expensive card. I don't know, need is maybe a strong word. Because, I don't... How many people need this card? It doesn't look... It's not good in Modern. It's not good in Legacy. It's not good in any format. It doesn't even look good in Commander. I don't even know why Commander players even want this card. But those Fairy players... Like, again, if you... There's probably some huge Fairy fans out there. And I feel for you guys. You don't have many playables. So I guess you have to, like, take whatever you can get. And Bitter Blossom looks like one of those cards. You just gotta get whatever you can get out there. Phyrexian Altar is the most expensive reprint? No. Not a chance! What is the most expensive reprint? This is nothing. Sacrifice a creature, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Is that getting reprinted? I didn't notice it. Maybe the site, like the Mythic spoiler probably needs to get updated. Yeah, it's Imperial Seal. Okay, hey, Matthias, take a look at this. Take a look at this one. Imperial Seal. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? Oh, that's not even the expensive one. Let's see the OG. No, I want the real Imperial Seal. The Portal Kingdom one. 1,008, like one, actually let's take the market one. $1,787. Basically, this is a real lottery. This is literal, you're like, oh, are we gonna get the Imperial Seal? This is just insane. This has got to be the most expensive card reprinted ever. Is there another card that was like $2,000 and it saw a reprint? Like, I don't know. Let's not forget Bitter Blossom and GT is banned in Extended and is still hoping for a modern GT unban. It's still banned in Extended. Someone should moderate that extended banned list. Where are people getting these reprints from? Okay, let's go to Magic Spoiler, which is actually a more reliable spoiler site, but I just hate their site. Magic Spoiler, you guys are on the ball. You're doing a great job, but holy damn, I hate how this site is laid out. Like, how do I even see more spoiler cards? Okay, let's look at this. So we got the Inquisition. Oh, but yeah, Bitter Blossom, Myth Realized. Consecrated Sphinx, that was up there. Glad I sold out of that thing when, I don't know how high it was. I think I sold out of it when it was like $30. It was probably around here again. Around 2017, I think I upgraded my computer. Did it see a reprint already? It has seen a reprint. It's been around, but it reprinted at Mythic. I guess it's a Mythic card. It's just been going up since then. Need them reprints. No, because money card's on the reserve list. That Imperial Seal was like a pseudo reserve list card. Brittany says, hello Nikachu, I'm listening in while I do some writing for a research paper. Love all the reprints in Double Masters 22. We all love it, Brittany. Imperial Seal is going to drop to 250 after this reprint. Good question. What do we think this card is going to drop to? What do we think Imperial Seal is going to drop to? Everyone lock in your numbers. What do we think is the bottom of Imperial Seal? We'll count the new card. We'll count the new card. Probably the old one is probably gonna sit at some price or something. I don't know. Or maybe we should count the old one. We should be thinking, what's the old card gonna be? Okay, so 300 for OG card. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase that. What do we think the old card is gonna be? The OG Portal Kingdoms one. Can it hold its value because it's the OG? Or is it going to crash with the new card? So we think I'm glad you guys are being specific. I appreciate it. $100 for the new one. Old version going to sit at $250. Reprint will be at $80. Dan doesn't think it's going to move. It's just going to lose like $300. $200 for new, $500 for old. I'm surprised you think the new one's going to be that expensive. OG 400. This is really, really, really popular. OG gonna crash to 1,000. That's I think a pretty good guess, but I have no idea. Andra says 225 for the new and 1.4K for old. OG is still rare as F, so it'll still sit relatively high. Yeah, but like it's mostly priced that high because it is old and very low supply. Look at 3 visits and it's reprint for a comparison. What is 3 visits? I don't even know what this card is. 3 visits. Such a card exists. The hell? Why would I compare it to this? Oh, it had a Portal Kingdom. Okay. So the Portal 3 Kingdoms. So it was this a common though? This was common. I don't think this is comparable. But the old, or maybe it wasn't common. That's funny. 3 visits. So they reprinted as uncommon. This thing held its value pretty well. $50. Search your library for a forest card, put that forest into play, shuffle your library. If you want that Portal Kingdoms art. Super rare art. Interesting. Yeah, Imperial Recruiter actually crashed to hell. So yeah, okay, let's look at Imperial Recruiter. The Judge promo is actually like, quite affordable. It's at $800. It's funny, the foil version is cheaper than the OG version. So maybe this is the real price of Imperial Seal. Okay, Imperial Recruiter. How far did you go? It got reprinted. It was like a high price and just crashed to nothing. No one really cared about you, Imperial Recruiter. You were just really rare at one point. Okay, Portal 3 Kingdoms. used to be as high as like 350. It used to be as high as 350, and then it went down to like 115. So we can expect it maybe to get cut in 3. Nikachu, quite affordable at 800. Well, it's more affordable than the OG one. Part of the price is that it's a unique tutor in Commander. Old one will go down to 500 to 700. New one will be 100 to 130. Berserk reprint was 7K before reprint? Really? What was the OG Hold on. What Berserk? Like, Berserk was reprinted many times. Okay, what was the unlimited version? It's still a really expensive card. Was it 7K in, like, beta form or alpha form? I don't know. I can't confirm the 7K thing, but I can confirm that Berserk, for no damn reason, is insanely expensive. This is going to be the next Imperial Seal. $800, I'll take a play set. Yeah, exactly. OG versions and masterpieces tend to maintain some/most of their value, and then they go up again. Alright. So, some might... I'm not financial advice, but some might say buy the dip if you like those OG arts. Okay, it's time to switch it up. I'm sure there's going to be more spoilers over the next week or so, so don't worry, we can go back to Double Masters to talk about expensive cards getting reprinted. Now it's time for Decklist Review. If you want your Decklist Review, go in the description. There's a link to my Discord. Join the Discord, find the channel Decklist Review, enter the command. Because we use commands around here. ! Review deck space, give the URL to your decklist, and you'll be eligible at random for Decklist Review. Everyone's favorite, I don't know, place to get decks reviewed. Am I even the best outlet for this? Whatever, we keep doing it. You guys like it, so we keep doing it. Alright, we got some Gigantha thing going on here. Gigantha Golos Lands. Monstrosity. Who made this thing? By Supreme Putt. The good stuff. Alright, we've got... I like Moxfield. It's a nice site for Decklist Review. Alright, we got a companion, Gigantha. What are we playing with here? We're playing with a Boreal Grazer, Elvish Reclaimer, 2 Lightning Bolt, 3 Prismatic Ending. We got the Wrenn and 6s here. It's a good time for Wrenn and 6. We got Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Knight of the Reliquary. Is that really even necessary? Slogurk, the Overslime. When it's put in a graveyard from anywhere, put a +1/+1 counter on Slogurk. Oh, sorry, when a land is put into a graveyard from anywhere, put counters on Slogurk. Remove 3 counters from Slogurk, return it to its owner's hand. When Slogurk leaves the battlefield, return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand. Return up to 3 lands. So you can, like, so I'm guessing you can take... You want to get enough counters to lose them, and then you get a bunch of lands back to your hand to regurgitate them with Dryad. That could work. Omnath. This seems like a janky Omnath deck, to be honest. Like, you're an Omnath deck, but you're playing with some jank. So sideboard, you have Blast Zone, Boseiju, Engineered Explosives, Burnt-In, Forge Tenor, Voidmere, Spreading Seas, Selesnya's Charm, Ancient Grudge, Fire Spout, Gigantha. Okay, if you want my honest opinion, just get rid of these 3 drops and just fill in the cracks. Like, have a 4th Teferi Time Raveler, 4th Omnath. 3 of those guys is probably good enough. A 4th Prismatic Ending. These cards have nothing... They're just hard to use, for the most part. The rest of this is fine. Do you have... Yeah, you have a Valakut in this deck. But how do you tutor the... If I get rid of the Knight, how do I get the Valakut? Is there a way I can get the Valakut? Golos. Enters the battlefield. Search your library for a land card. Yeah, you can just search it with Golos. Golos, I think, is a better tutor than Knight or Slogurk, so... Knight's not a 4 of, it's a 2 of, but still, I don't want it. So, dump the Knight, dump the Slogurk. I'm sure this is like a funsy card, so you can, if you want to, just ignore me. Just ignore me. But it's bad, so don't play it. And add Teferi, Omnath, and a Prismatic Ending. And you're good to go. Actually, probably you should have... No, that's it. I think your Elvish Reclaimer is all you need anyway. It's like, it's really good. And Elvish Reclaimer is like a non-bow with Slogger, because you're going to take lands from your graveyard, put them back into your hand, and you're going to shrink your Reclaimer. In my opinion. But actually, nice list. Thanks for sharing. Next! I like it when it's nice, clean, and fast. And I can basically comprehend the deck. Lantern Control. You know, you could get banned around here for asking for advice from a Lantern deck. 2022 Lantern Control. Got one question for you. Why do I not ban you on the spot for this? Alright, Codex Shredder, 4 Ensnaring Bridge, 1 Expedition Map, Ghoul Caller's Bell, Grafdigger's Cage. Yeah, I guess you can have Grafdigger's Cage in the main, why not? Lantern of Insight, Pithing Needle, Pyxis of Pandemonium, Scrabbling Claws. Target player exiles a card from their graveyard, sacrifice Claws, exile target card from a graveyard, draw a card. I don't have any experience with this card. I mean, it's not bad, but if you really need that card draw... It's like a weird relic of Progenitus that I never knew existed, to be honest. Soul Guide Lantern, the Underworld Cookbook. Does this work for you? Discard a card, create a food token, sacrifice a return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. I have no idea why you want this card. Except maybe helping make a big construct tokens with Urza Saga. Welding Jar. You've got Academy Ruins, Blooming Marsh, Boseiju, Concealed Courtyard, Forest Glimmer Void, Inventor's Fair, Razor Verge. It's got the Spire, Swamp, and a Saga. 3 Surgical Extraction, which is fine. Ancient Strings, Inquisition, Prismatic Ending. I'm not really familiar with how thin you can squeeze this mana base. You have 1, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, and you could find the lands with Ancient Strings. I guess it works out. I just don't know how important this card is. Like maybe this is already stock, to be honest, but I don't know. Just build Tron with Karn the Great Creator. Cookbook is good with Bridge Rat. I guess so. You know what? You're right. It is good with Bridge, but generally speaking, like, this deck usually can empty their hand, but they can't empty it as easily as they used to. And if you add more stuff like Prismatic Ending may or may not have a target. I mean, I guess you could exile your own damn thing if you want to. Try to keep my priorities straight. Clock in, hide, and watch this great entertainment. Did I just see Phyrexian Altar is a 2/2 as well? Phyrexian, what, in this deck? I don't know. Okay, sideboard, Defense Grid, Elixir of Immortality, Grafdigger's Cage, Leyline of Sanctity, 3 Nature's Claim, 1 Pithing Needle, 2 Spellskite, 2 Torp Orb, 1 Welding Jar. It looks like a stock list for the most part. It looks like a stock list. Are there any comments? Here we go. This is my post-Streets of New Capenna Lantern control list that I want to make as competitive as possible. Here are my main problems. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about running Mishra's Bauble. Is it in here? It's a good card. I don't know if it's mandatory, though. Okay, so there is one thing you gotta know about Lantern, and that is you gotta empty your hand. Like, if you don't empty your hand, the Ensnaring Bridge is useless. Like, there's a lot of decks that'll just steamroll you. And it at least... Anyway, it helps you empty your hand. So I would suggest... Yeah, I didn't even notice that it's not even in the deck. I don't know if I should run Karn the Great Creator or a sideboard. I think that's up to you. It's a clunky card for a Lantern deck, but it does a lot of Lantern things, but it's not mandatory. I don't think it's mandatory. I mean, I will say whatever Lantern players are doing, or whatever is the most successful Lantern type of deck these days, you probably should just go with the flow. But I would say this is a very clunky card. If I run a wish board for more lock options, what should I use for a game ender to save time? It's always Ensnaring Bridge, so Oh, you mean like as a win condition? Maybe Walking Ballista, and after your opponent is convinced that they're locked out of the game, they might just concede to seeing a lot Walking Ballista. You don't usually, you just need like some threat, and once the opponent sees the threat, it's over, and they just know, okay, you're gonna tick up the ballista, hit them for 1 each turn. Not a big deal. Lastly, this deck has sparked the idea of a Lantern Control Thopter combo deck. Could it work? Yes. I would consider looking at Wurza options, though. It could work. Lantern Control with Karn the Great Creator. It has been played against me. Nikachu, I just really want to thank you for what you do for the community. You reviewed so many of my decks and helped a lot. You're welcome. You're welcome, Chemical Death. Some stock lists run 4 Bobble, but I like the Cookbook. Oh, is this your list? Looks alright. I'd play some Whir of Invention, but that's just me. Yeah, that could be a blue way of approaching the deck, but this is like, you know, the classic black, green, and then a little bit of white. Yeah, this deck has Urza Saga. It's great. Chemical... I don't recognize this username. Or maybe no, actually, I don't see any username here. Okay, so maybe this is your list. I just have a theory that some people are gaming the system with like multiple Discord accounts to increase their chances of getting notes for Decklist review. What are people mentioning Academy Manufacturer for? If you'd create a clue, food, or treasure token, instead create one of each. Not really a lantern card. Very clunky for a lantern card. Azaret for empty hand or Academy Manufacturer for cookbook synergies. This is a lantern deck. Okay, this is very, very important, people. This is very, very important. You have to empty your hand. If you don't empty your hand and get, like, slam your Ensnaring Bridge, you die. Like, this deck doesn't have any defense except Ensnaring Bridge. So when you play things like Academy Manufacturer at 3 mana, like, if your hand is clogged with Academy Manufacturers and Ensnaring Bridges, you can end up just losing because you can't empty your hand properly. It has 6 pieces of discard. Needs a healthy amount to avoid the prismatic ending blowout. Yeah, it has a good chunk. It has 6. It's doing good. Three cheers for Nikachu on this fine Friday, I know. Okay, but I think your list looks pretty stock for the most part, but you're just not running Mishra's Bauble. So I guess that's where the Underworld Cookbook, a Scrabbing Clause, probably the main deck Grafdigger's Cage. I don't know, maybe that's stock. I have no idea. But you have a lot of like Graveyard Hate in the main deck. I imagine some of those you took out Mishra's Bauble to put those cards in. Or the Fang likes the cookbook plan. I have nothing against the cookbook plan, personally. Anyway, I think your list is okay. Your list is okay, and I hope I answer your questions. Alright, that's it for today, people. Thank you so much for joining me. We do this Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. I got a P.O. Box. I also got to go check my P.O. Box once in a while. I don't know how long, like, not everything fits in the P.O. Box. They hold things in the back, and if I don't pick them up, they're probably going to end up getting sent back, so... yeah, I better get in on that. But thank you very much, everyone, for the support, the super chats, everyone who's joined as a member. I notice you all. I can notice we got quite a few members that moved over here on Nikachu MTG Live, so thank you very much. But the most important thing is thank you for showing up every morning to enjoy this wonderful coffee and talk of Magic the Gathering. So keep brewing up those coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you at the next cup.